Here we are on Monday's run. Up again, beautiful sunny day. These days. To another 6. I'm going to do what I call a full loop of Stanmer Park all around the woods and trails. Getting a bit of shade, which would be nice. It's pretty hot. That's hot. It doesn't take a lot of temperature to feel hot when you're running. It makes the heart rate go up. There'll be some hills, so there'll be some walking. One road to cross over just up here before I get in to the woods in Stanmer Park. It's a beautiful DAY3. What about you? I cannot walk too close to the edge. Strange feeling I'm somehow going to chuck myself off for no reason. Alright, crossing the road. Into the woods. In fact, this first part, I decided to take the grassy route because it's probably a bit quieter. I love peace and quiet. So what running is for me, it's my headspace. It's almost meditative, and it's in nature most of the time. And just feels a bit like freedom. Feels a bit like peace and quiet for my head. 1:35. So, I think so is my favourite way of starting a new sentence. I'm running using the Math-Toe method currently while I'm building my base, I guess. Not working, not thinking about speed or anything right now. I'm running with a heart rate somewhere between 124 and 134. So my math is bang in the middle of that at 129, which is 180 minus 51, which is the Math-Toe method of finding your maximum aerobic function, I think is heart rate, so that you are staying fat burning, effort, never overdoing it, never overtraining. I think it's a really useful tool, particularly for beginners. Isn't it? Right in the beginning, you're likely to be working too hard maybe you could even be not working hard enough. But I'm treating myself like a beginner because my switch to the carnivore diet and being no carb or very low carb. You don't need to be running fast all the time. Sometimes it's fun. Speaking of which, actually signed up for a 7k trail race. It's 1066 trail races. You seem to have one every month. Sure to run 7k to about 10k, I think they go. Which for me right now fits in. They're all kind of trail races. They're all fairly local, but in places that I probably haven't run in before. So I think I'm gonna stick to them. They're all pretty low key as well. A few hundred runners. And on Sunday, be interesting to see how it goes. It's being that it's a race, so I'm not going to stick to my heart rate. I'm going to go for it. See where I get. And these first few runs, I think it looks quite awesome. They've all been sunny days. I've managed to get on the trails. It looks pretty lush. It's dry. And as long as I keep it up long enough, there will be some horrendous days. As we live in the UK, we get a lot of rain. And I live on the coast, where we get a lot of wind. So you definitely need to be an all-weather runner if you're going to run every day. I don't have a treadmill. So it's out the door. As I said before, this part is getting out the door, and it's all good, whatever the weather. By the time you get back, you feel great. Most of the time. So I've realised that I think I know what my actual catchphrase is going to be. Billy Bowden has loved the grind. Ran to Japan has work hard, train harder, not smarter. And I'm gonna have love the downhills because I think I may have mentioned it already once or twice. That's my favourite bit of running. Ooh. And even when I was doing a backyard ultra, which was on an out and back, which went up a track and down a track, which is actually this track right here. Went up and down 12 times, and still, even on the 12th time, although my legs were done by that time, I was still loving the downhills. It's just the way my legs are built. Like, it's not for everyone. This is very reminiscent of backyard ultra. I literally walked up even most minor slopes. You get an hour to do a 4.17888 or something like that miles. So 60 minutes to run just over 4 miles. Means that you don't really have to slog. You can take it as easy as you like. You just gotta keep going. So I walked up pretty much all the way. There's a few, maybe 400 meters worth of running on the way up. And then running most of it all the way down. Take around 30 minutes or so to get up and 20 minutes to get back down. It worked very well. I did just get super tired. Last half of last year I wasn't really running, so I've had a recurring injury in my foot called a Neuroma. So the nerve swells up between your toes, middle toes usually, and it feels like you've got a stone in your shoe, a stone in your shoe under your foot, even though there's nothing there. It's just the nerve swelling. It's the second time it's come up. Well, I wouldn't say it's gone away, but it flares up enough so it becomes too uncomfortable to run. Or it can also be a combination of it becomes uncomfortable to run and I just can't be bothered to try and run through. Because it doesn't disappear, it may lessen and dull, and then I get motivated to run regardless, and I get back at it. But another hope of doing the carnivore diet, being that it's anti-inflammatory, is that you shouldn't have an issue. The nerve swelling and all the inflammation should disappear, which it feels like it has basically at this point, and not come back. Should be awesome. Body wise, things are a bit tired, but nothing dramatic. Got a bit of DOMS from a workout I did on Saturday. Try and do 2 workouts. Well, ideally I'd be doing 4 workouts a week. They're only about 30 minutes. One is upper body, one is legs, lower body. Follow a calisthenics program I've had book about yonks ago by a calisthenics YouTuber, or YouTubers, Al Cavadlo and the Cavadlo brothers, Danny Cavadlo. It's awesome book. Loads of really cool progressions. Easy stuff, minimal equipment. Though you do need something to do pull-ups and chin-ups on. It starts super easy. And one of the first progressions was just hanging for 15 seconds, which was not easy in the first instance. And it progresses and progresses, and now I can do a fair few pull-ups and chin-ups. But it's the funny thing is it's a 16-week program. At least I think it's funny. 16-week program. And I must be coming up to 3 years I've been doing it, following it. I'm still on around week 10 or 11. But you know, I stick at it. Maybe one day I get to the end where you're doing some crazy calisthenics stuff. One of them is the wall handstand push-up, which if I manage to get there, I'd be super impressed with myself. There's another dream. I do enjoy it when I get to do it, but it's even harder to get out the door to do that than it is to go running. Running is generally second nature. Right, Monday's run is practically done. Same again tomorrow. Ciao for now. Love the downhills. The beast.